All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakar Kodesh. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and many blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you the spirit with another lesson. I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, this is a response lesson to the Elder Matagon lesson. This lesson right here from this is the head of the DC camp, and he did a video about this brother here, who was being abused at a nursing facility. Okay, so he was being abused at a nursing facility, and the brothers got together to help get him out of that nursing facility. And shortly after, there was an explosion. So, the elder was showing how the Lord would, he would seek vengeance on his faithful and his little ones, man. So, there was once the brother was removed from that facility, um, you know, there was an explosion and the place ended up like this. Okay, and this just happens, as the elder explained it, this just happened to be the wing that he was in. So this whole wing was demolished. All right. Now, something, something is not the same scenario. It's not, I wasn't being physically abused, but somebody stole from us. Okay, they stole a large amount of money that we worked hard for. All right. And before I go into the story, let me set the tone by bringing out this precept. This is Ecclesiasticus 27:2, and it says, "As a nail sticketh fast between the joining of the stones, so doeth sin stick close between buying and selling." Okay, so sin. So when you're dealing with commerce, when you're dealing with a medium of exchange where there's money involved, when there's financial gain involved, there's always like a 90% possibility that one of them people ain't right, and they're gonna try to steal and get more than what they deserve. It's just bound to happen because that's the nature of this world that we live in. People are always trying to get over, and unfortunately, this time I was the one that was gotten over on. All right. Now, we did an event. It was a corporate event. They do these events every year, and this time they wanted some food that was different. They didn't want the same type of everyday stuff. They wanted something that was, good. They wanted something that was fresh, and they wanted something that was creative. So, they came across us, and I was the one who secured the contract. I was the one that sent the invoice. I was the one that created the menu for them. And I and the elder Yagadar was the one that cooked and delivered the food. We the one who staffed the event. We're the ones who went and bought the food to be cooked. We did all of the work, everything. Okay. Now it started off as a $15,000 job, and then she added 20% gratuity, so it went up to 18,000. Then she added some salmon to it, and we charged her $2,000 for the salmon because she said charge me $20 per person for 100 people. So that was $2,000 extra dollars. So it went from a $15,000 job to a $17,000 job because the lady enjoyed my food so much. Okay, she enjoyed my food so much, so she decided that hey, she wanted to order more. Okay, so this is the event right here. Okay, this is the event right here. As you can see, this is the dishes that we made. Let me actually let me go back a little bit. All right, so this is the beginning of the reel right here. That's me and the elder. That's me right there. That's the layout. Now we had to do breakfast and lunch for 2 days straight. Breakfast and lunch, breakfast and lunch. That's why it was so much. All right, so you see we got the veggie plate that the elder made. Everybody loved it. Okay, and then that's it up close. And that's the meatballs that I made, the salmon that we made. Okay, this is the veggie pasta, the grilled chicken, the smoked chicken we made, and we made some meatballs too. Okay, so then we made a kale salad, a Caesar salad. Then this is day two, a kale salad and a Caesar salad. and some garlic bread. Okay, so this is the table, a video of it. You know, we go through a couple of these. So like, yeah, just I want y'all to see the food.
Very.
All right. And and here's some people. The people were happy. They were enjoying the food. Edomites love flavor, man, because they ain't got none. So anytime they taste something with some salt, they're like, "Oh man, what is this?" All right. So as you can see, they're enjoying the food, man. They're going at it, right? They enjoyed everything. So it wasn't like we were providing like crappy service for them. So we're just going through the reels, and then this is one of the breakfasts. You see, we had French toast that I made from scratch. A beef sausage, beef bacon, turkey bacon. We got quiche here, veggie quiche, beef quiche, and then scrambled eggs. They wanted a lot of eggs. Then you can see we had strawberry puree. I mean, we put a lot of effort into this job. We didn't just, we got yogurt, fruit, granola. Okay, oops, Salakia. That's my new catering gig that I decided to come up with. So this was day two. Now day one, we had pancakes. We had we had a bunch of stuff. So so you get the idea. We put a lot of work into it. All right. So we put a lot of work into it. And when it was time to get paid, okay, what the guy did was he slick gave a check to my woman, and instead of her giving it directly to me at that particular time, she waited until we got away from him. Once we got away from him, she gave it to me, and I called him, and he was like, I asked him, I said, "Hey man, what's up with the check?" Why I was only 4,700. He immediately started lashing out on me. Immediately started being disrespectful, condescending, all that right off the muscle. He did, okay, and he was yelling, he was over talking. He was saying, "I'm supposed to take an L. I just gave you a business." And I'm like, "Bro, if you gave somebody something, why are you trying to make all the money off of a business that you're giving somebody?" And I'm the one who did this event. I did everything. So what happened was he ended up only paying me $4,300 out of the whole 20,000. Now it cost us about $3,000, a little bit over $3,000, about $3,500 for all of the food, right? So he was left with about $16,500. All right. Now out of that $16,500, instead of it being split down the middle like it should have been, and then also too, the labor was should have had been paid out of all of that money. Okay, the labor should have been paid out of all that money, and then we should have split the difference. Now the labor cost was about, I'll say about $1,700, $1,800, right? So we would have ended up with about $1,430. So we would have ended up with about $7,000 each to split. I only got $4,300, and I shouldn't. It shouldn't. We shouldn't even have split it 7,000. So I should have got 10, and he should have got the rest because he didn't do nothing. All right. The only thing that and see, we're supposed to be partners, and he's supposed to be a millionaire. He's not supposed to need money and all that stuff. That was the whole, and every single. You think I need money? You think I need money? But at the same time, he would say, "Am I supposed to take an L? Am I supposed to take an L? Am I supposed to just lose? I put $30,000 in this business. There's no way." I've been sitting up here repeating the steps that he took to build the business, and I only spent like $250 so far. So there's no way that he spent that type of money on the business. He's just a greedy ass nigga. All right. So out of that $4,300 that he paid me, I ended up having to pay the $1,700 to all of the people that participated in this, in the labor. Okay. So he ran off with all of the money, and I had to pay Elder Yakadal his salary, another brother named Dawada from my camp, and then my rib at the time, because this situation caused me and my rib to break up off of this. I mean, this was a big deal, because there was other circumstances, which I'm not going to go into, but there's other circumstances that arised outside of that was caused by this situation. Okay, and it was all caused by this nigga and his wickedness. Okay, because again, You know, when you're dealing with finances and money can cause a lot of problems. All right, especially when somebody's stealing money. So, so going back, I ended up paying the staff out of the $4,300. So that ended up only leaving me with about $2,200. So we worked, me and this elder, we worked for 48 hours straight. And if you really want to be honest, we worked for five. If you add at the time, me and my woman at the time, and at the end, it was 5 days we worked on that whole event. From the time going to go shopping for all the ingredients and all of the food that we needed, doing the contracts and the invoicing and all that stuff, and still going to cook the food and all that, and then delivering the food and setting everything up. It was about 5 days time. Okay, I only ended up with like $2,200 It was nothing, right? I was like, wow, you know. So this guy basically stole all the money. And you may be asking, well, how did he have access to it? Because when he set up everything to go to him, and he just contracted me to be a partner. That was it. Okay, he just contracted me to be a partner. So I'm partnering with this guy thinking that we have equal say and equal sharing things, but this dude was a damn liar. He was a fucking nigga, man. You know? So, when the elder sent me this story, it just made me, because we put curses on him. We put curses on him as a camp. And right in the middle of this dude yelling and screaming at me, I put a curse on him. I just stopped talking to him and just put a curse on him. And then he said to me, while I was playing, I don't believe in that shit, that shit ain't working for you. If it was working for you, why are you in your situation that you in then? Because I'm having financial difficulties right now. But in Babylon, who's not? If you're not having financial difficulties right now, that means Satan loves your ass, man. And the Lord hates your ass. Now, as an exception to the rule, you got some men in the truth that ain't doing too bad because the Lord is sustaining them. But majority of us, at least me speaking from my camp, man. Hey, we going through some hard times right now. Okay, but this money that I would have made, if I would have made at least 7,000, that would have put me in a position to where I had most of the money that I needed to pay my bills. Cause I'm heavily in the hole. So this dude just caused a whole slew of fucking problems, man. He made me to where I'm even further behind on my bills. Me and my rib got into a big fight, and she ended up leaving off of it. I couldn't pay the people that I wanted to as well as I wanted to because I didn't make the type of money that I made, and I lost the business that was supposed to be given to me. So all of these things because this nigga wanted to be a nigga and steal all the money. Like, why would I want you to give me something when you're stealing everything? I don't want that. You're stealing everything, so I don't want it. All right. So this is Matthew 18:6. This is Matthew 8. I'm gonna say 18:4. It says, "Whosoever shall humble himself as this little child, the same is great in the kingdom of heaven." And that's us. We humble ourselves as little children, so that way we can learn this truth. All right. And whosoever receive such little one, whosoever receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. Like, you take care of the men of the Lord, it's like you taking care of your house shot. But whosoever shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it would be better for him that a millstone were hanged around his neck and that he were thrown into the depths of the sea. Now think about that. The sea is bottomless, regardless of what you say or what you think. The sea is bottomless. Nobody's ever been to the bottom of that. Okay, that's why the Lord told Esau, if you can measure out the heavens, if you can measure out the sea, Israel will cease from being the people before me, because there's no bottom to the sea. You can't measure it. All right, just like you can't measure the sands, just like you can't measure the heavens, it can't be measured. So the Lord is saying that it's better for you to throw a millstone around your neck and sink to a bottomless pit than it would be for you to offend one of his little ones. Now, what could be worse than that? Okay, what could be worse than putting a millstone around your neck, a heavy ass millstone? Now, a millstone is a big grinding stone. It's a stone you know what? Let me just type it in. Right? Here you go. You got millstone right here. You see this? This is a millstone. You see that big old grind? You see that? See how big that thing is? This is what it's better for you to put that around your neck and sink to the bottom of the ocean than it would be for you to offend the men of the Lord. And I'm highly offended by that shit, man. The elder highly offended by it. The elder heard the whole thing. My man was using all type of trickery upon words. He was contra. It was even one time he said, "Let me talk, let me talk." And I said, "All right, go ahead and let you talk." And then he was like, "I'll let you talk when I finish." I let him talk, and then as soon as I start speaking, the niggas start cutting me off. You know, he started cutting me off, and just wouldn't let me talk. So then he started asking me, "Do you want the business or not?" And I was like, "No, I don't want the business." Then he said to me, "Well, what can I do to make this right? Because I don't want to leave on a bad tone." And I said, "Well, you can just pay the staff, and then we can part ways." Now, paying the staff was, about almost $2,000. He skated. He said, "Yeah," he agreed to it, and then he skated on it. Okay. Then the business that he allegedly wanted to give me, he locked me out of everything, like immediately the very next day. Okay. So he was never. His intentions were never to do what he said he was going to do anyway. He was just using us to build something so that because his MO is to build it and sell it, build it and sell it. That's what he does. So he was using us to build this business so he can sell it. And he needed comparable people that knew what they were doing so he can sell his business. Okay. Jake, man, this is Romans 12:9. It says, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourself, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." So we're literally waiting on the Lord to repay. I'm literally waiting on the Lord to repay this man for what he did. That was some evil ass shit, man. You supposedly a millionaire and you're gonna steal from people that's broke. You supposedly got all type of money, which I believe was a lie. But then you're gonna steal from me. The thing that he had was the expertise to be able to set these things up quickly. But then he gonna steal from me, from this little guy who got a family, a woman, and his thing, hey, it tore everything up, including this nigga into our lives, which I knew it was, way back in the day. But even though you know how when you know something and it's in the forefront of your mind, you still don't expect it to happen. That's kind of like what the situation was. It's like, man, how is this? How can he mess us over? Like everything is running so smoothly. How can he mess us over? But in the end, he did. Okay. So, we waiting on the Lord to get vengeance. Now, I want to go back to the elders video because there's a couple precepts in here that I saw that I wanted to grab. This is Psalms 105:15. It's the kingdom is within. It says, saying, "Touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm." This shit harmed me, man. This is a very harmful thing. Look at what it did to me and my house. This shit knocked the wind out of me, man. I haven't been really myself in like 2.5 weeks, damn near. Well, since that incident happened, which it's been 2 weeks and 2 days since it happened. I've been moping around, been low in the spirit and shit, trying to perk myself up. Brothers been coming around trying to keep me in good spirits, because it is this incident, because it is what this dude did. So yeah, I was done harm over this. This is the kingdom within again. This is Tobit 12:15. It says, "I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels, which present the prayers of the saints, and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One." Right. So our prayers, whether it be a good prayer or a bad prayer, is being presented before the Lord. And if the Lord sees that you hurt one of his anointed, hey, he gonna do you dirty. And I pray that the Lord take all this man money and he really make this man a quadriplegic or hurt his family the way he hurt my family, man. This is GMS Holy Spirit 144. This is Psalms 41. It says, "But I am poor and needy, yet the Lord thinketh upon me. Thou art my help and my deliverer. Make no tarry, O my power." You see? So yeah, man, the Lord is my deliverer. I'm sustained through these hard times, even though I'm going through a lot, because the Lord done set it up for me to be sustained. I still have my health. I still have my home. I still have transportation, and I still have plenty of food. So I have those things to be content with. But working to try to do something better, to put yourself in a better situation, someone comes and knocks it down and steals from you and puts you in a worse situation, that's terrible, man. You know, that's horrible. And I pray that the Lord, destroy that man. But I'm gonna say this in closing, man. You know, don't trust Jakes in the world, man. Working with them. I mean, it's even difficult to work with brothers sometimes in certain business adventures. Okay, so you got to be very cautious on who you decide to work with because something like this could happen. All right, so just be mindful of that because hey, it happened to me, and it can happen to another brother depending on who he try to deal with. You know, but I just want to say that in closing. Hey, I pray to the Lord. He avenged those that have been wronged by people in this world without cause. And it's no cause to wrong somebody, really. You know what I'm saying? Just wronging somebody just because you can't do what they do. So you take from them because you can't get it done like they can. And that's exactly what this was, you know. And this could have been very profitable for both of us if we would have just stayed together doing it. We could have eventually made a lot of money off of this because we were getting a lot of momentum because, hey, I'm not trying to blow my own horn. I give high quality food, man, and really good service because I've been doing this for a long time. And this guy really took advantage of that. So with that, I'm gonna end it off. I pray this is an edifying lesson, man. I'm gonna end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, the Karkadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstone. Until the next time, I say shalom.